Hello, my loves. This might be the healing you've been waiting for so long, maybe for your entire life. Or maybe you even stopped believing that this is possible. And we are not going to talk about some quick fix. We're going to go very deep. We're going to discover how our deepest wounds can actually become the core of our strengths. And I want to show you a different perspective. And hopefully by the end of the video, you will feel lighter. You will get insights about your life and you will feel that this healing that you've been waiting for happened already. If you are new here, my name is Julia Dars. I'm a transformational coach and mentor, and I help women to step into their true power, to get rid of any limiting beliefs, any wounds, any scarcity, the fear of judgment. Before we start, I would like to tell you that in the very end, I will give you the practices that really help me see my own wounds from different perspectives and give me back my energy. So stay till the end. And I want to tell you a story. It's a Greek mythology. It's about Centaur. His name is from Greek is going to be Chiron, or in English, it's Chiron. And he was accidentally struck by a poisonous arrow. And because he was immortal, he couldn't die, but the wound never healed. So he was feeling that pain every day. And because of that, he became the most powerful healer for others, most powerful mentor. And we, through our lives, we carry those wounds. And I want to talk about the most common ones: the wound of rejection, the wound of betrayal, the wound of loss, and the wound of not being seen or recognized. The wound of rejection is probably the most powerful one, and it can cut very deep. What it gives us is that we close up. We stop letting people in our lives because it's way easier to stay away from the possibility of being rejected again than to actually use the lesson this wound is giving us. And I know it firsthand. After my divorce, I felt that it's not only I'm not enough, but I'm not good as a partner, as a wife, as a romantic partner, as a friend. And I thought that this was my mistake. That if I only could have changed things, then I would have done things way differently. And this divorce would have never happened. And when it happened, I thought, I don't need anyone in my life anymore. I don't want it. I'd rather stay alone. I'd rather not to open up. But over time, when I started doing a lot of personal development, spiritual healing, I realized that this wound actually gave me a lot of power. It showed me that I am whole on my own. It gave me self-worth, gave me healthy independence, and it gave me my power back, that I don't need anyone's approval, and that I am okay, I'm enough. And if I want to change and transform something, that I only gonna do it because I feel it's time. I feel ready. I want to experience new things, but not because someone rejected me. So think about this for a second. If you ever had that, and if you feel like this is something you're carrying on right now, try to see what it actually gave you. What kind of strengths this rejection brought to your life. Next wound, the wound of betrayal. I gotta say also from my personal experience that this is probably the deepest, the hardest, the saddest, the heartbreaking one. And we can think that it gives us also that same feeling of closeness, that I don't want to be with anyone else, that I can't trust anyone, even people who loves me the most. So I, again, don't need and don't want anyone in my life. I will push them away. I won't be vulnerable, because if I'm giving them my heart, they can stab it again. And we carry it, especially in relationships, right? We carry it over, and the new person maybe who are we seeing has to go through it with us. And as the proof, we're gonna find it. But actually what it gives you, if you think about it, it gives you the ability to read through the lines, to see where is the lie and where is the truth, to recognize if there's a mask or if there's authenticity. I lived through it. After my marriage, I got into the relationships, and 5 years of my life I spent in these relationships, obviously opening up again and believing again and loving again. And in the end, the truth came out. And this person betrayed me, not once, but many, many, many times. I felt crushed. I felt destroyed. I felt that instead of my heart, I have a big, dark hole. And again, I decided that I don't want to love anyone. I don't want any love in my life. I can have friends, but certainly I don't want to open up again, because it hurt like hell. You probably know what I'm talking about, right? And after the work, I realized that this betrayal brought me gifts. That right now, I can really spot the lie before the person even starts talking. I can see the true authenticity and genuine connection, and I can see the lie. And I can see that that's not genuine. That's not for me. And that gave me the option of choosing, not blindly following, but choosing what aligns with my values and beliefs, the truth for me, and what's not. And because of that betrayal, I've learned that I'm not settling for anything less. That if something feels off, that if something bothers me, I will communicate, I will ask. And now I met a man that honestly I thought doesn't exist. I feel heard. I feel seen. He shows up for me every day. I feel celebrated. I feel loved. I feel worshipped. But most likely, if I didn't go through that betrayal, that at that moment of my life felt so like my life is over, most likely I wouldn't have met this man. Because now, I know my worth. I'm whole. I'm celebrated by me. I know my self-worth. I can trust, not feeling that I need to hold on to something, because the power is in me, in my hands. Think about this, because I know the wound of betrayal is absolutely, it's very, very common for women, right? And I want you to think if that's something that you're experiencing right now. It's not the end. You will love again. You will find again that person, that partner, but only when you take the lessons from that, integrate it, and find that inner peace that from now on, these wounds, they don't define you. You're not them. They were there to help you, because you are worthy of only the best. The next wound is the wound of loss. And more often than not, we feel the loss and appreciation for what we had, right? When we lost it. It's like taking things for granted sometimes. And it makes us sometimes to cling or to not even pay attention of what's going on around us. But it teaches us to actually stay in the moment, to actually appreciate that abundance that you already have right now. Everything you need is within you. And for me, it was the moment when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I ended up in a hospital in Belarus. And all of a sudden, I started losing my vision. It was terrifying to me with the great vision to pick up my phone and I couldn't see anything. Like I was terrified. I was like, what's going on? I went from glasses, the prescription was 0.3 to 1.3 in literally a couple days. And when I got back, obviously there was no point of fighting it. It was just a fact. Of course I felt sad, but when I came back and I managed to lower my, my blood sugar and I'm feeling great, my vision got back. And what I did is that I stopped for a second and I felt that gratitude for the sheer fact that I can see, that I can smell, I can hear, I can walk, I can see clearly all the colors, I can sing. The appreciation of every person in my life that I have, everything I have around me. That's such an abundant state of thinking and being in. So the wound of loss teaches us to always be in that moment because nothing is forever and we have to acknowledge and appreciate it. So the next wound is the wound of not being recognized. That state when you are trying your best, when you doing things and you're trying to prove things to others, but crickets. You don't hear anything back, no words of appreciation, nothing, right? It's almost to when if you have your own blog, right? When you post something, you're like, oh, that was so great. I did such a great job. I put a lot of effort into it, and you open it up and no likes, right? No comments. Easy one, but this wound can close you off from trying new things, from exploring new things, from stepping into your power, from discovering new talents in you, trying, seeing new opportunities. And I know that for sure because I've lived that too. But what it actually gives you the opportunity to recognize yourself first and to realize that you don't need others' approval or recognition unless you give yourself that recognition first. This was a big thing for me when I was trying so hard, not from the perspective of, hey, I want a pat on my back. No, but really from the loving perspective. But the most important things that I missed at that moment is that I did not recognize my own power. I did not recognize things I've done. I did not celebrate the small wins. So if I don't see it as a win, then why other people will see it? People are not stupid. They can feel. And if you carry that sense of, I want to say, healthy proudness of the things you do, and it's helping other people, just even from the fact that you are feeling so expanded and alive, that other people just see you being in your element and they want to stay with you, they want to be in your aura, then that's what matters most. So if you have that, if you're experiencing this right now, I'm inviting you to stop and pause and to recognize how far you've come and what an amazing person you are. Bum, bum, bum. So how do you actually know when the healing is happening? Right? We started this video with the wounds and the possible explanation of what you can feel and what actually is this wound showing you? So how do you actually know that you are healing? Well, first of all, nothing is triggering you anymore that used to trigger you before, right? The second is that your body feels lighter, that you might have certain tightness in certain parts of your body. But when you're healing, you feel like you just, the weight of your shoulders, you feel lighter. The energy, it kind of comes from the body being relaxed, right, and light. Then your energy, it's almost you feel like it changed the color. It changed from that kind of like heavy energy, right? Like, because it's heavy, the wound is heavy, to more of a inhale. Wow, wait. I haven't noticed this in my life before. Wow, wait, I can try this. Oh, I want to go to that meeting. Oh, I want to meet this person. Oh, I want to go to the date, right? You feel like more of the curiosity for life. Also, your memories could change colors. For example, if you let's take a song. A lot of songs, when we go through very difficult times of our lives, for me, for example, I listen to music. And some songs were linked to that specific betrayal, for example, wound, where I was crying at night and I was, you know, kind of ruminating and romanticizing all the past and how I'm gonna leave from here. So when you healed and the process is like happening, listening to that song doesn't do anything. It's just a song and you're like, oh. So it's almost you remember that time with the more of a loving heart than the sadness and this, I remember that was very hard and difficult, right? So every wound is like a metal. It's cold and hard. But when you bring healing and love into it, it melts, right? It melts and it shapes into gold. And what you can expect from that moment on in your life is that you stop attracting same people. If we take relationships, if you really learn that lesson, if you really transform that wound into your power, you will notice that you are not meeting same people. They're almost different. It almost, you will feel like, oh, wow, wait, this person acknowledges me? Oh, and they text me? Oh, and they use these emojis? Oh, and they open doors for me? Like new things will come into your life, new experiences, new people, right? You will set better boundaries. And that's a big one. I do have a video about boundaries in my somewhere in my channel, so I will also link it there. But boundaries will become your shining armor, not in a bad way, in a good way, right? You will feel where is you, where you begin and end in a way, where is other people and what is not appropriate. And you don't have to tell or like express your boundaries to anyone because we always feel them on more of an energetic way. But the healing from the wounds will give you that exact energy that people will intuitively feel with you. So I think that's a part, right? And to go through all of that in your life and shaping it into what you can have right now, if you take those lessons that I mentioned before, it's worth it, okay? And as I promised, we're going to go over practices that really help me shape all of my wounds. And I'm telling you, at one point of my life, I really was thinking that why me? Why am I going through all of it? Why do I need to experience all of it? Why can I have just happiness and peace and love? Like, normal people. But now I know why, because now I connect with my clients in an absolutely different way. I didn't read it in books. I didn't read the theory of the wound. I lived through it. And I transformed it into my strengths. So when I am working with my clients or doing workshops, I work through the place of absolutely no judgment, empathy, and love, because I experienced that, which I feel makes me great in what I do. I truly believe in it. So let's jump into the practices. The first one is the every morning appreciation. And I already shared this with you, but what I do is I take a break, I sit down, I usually do this prayer before I eat. I bless my food, I say thanks to the God and the universe for letting me open my eyes. And I really, really am embodying what I'm saying. I'm really am in the that state where I'm super grateful. I'm truly grateful for it. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. I'm really thinking. And what helped me, obviously, like I went through all of the loss of my vision, and the pain that I experienced after, couldn't really go anywhere, couldn't do anything. So I know what it is to be literally paralyzed on my couch from the pain and no one is around. I know how it feels. And there's the sheer opportunity of opening my eyes in the morning because I know somebody didn't. And I can smell because, again, losing my sense of smell also was something that I really did not enjoy. The fact that I can taste food, the fact that I actually have food in my plate, I have roof over my head, that I can walk, that I can see all the beautiful colors. I just have that practice every day with my breakfast in the morning. I pause, I turn off my phone if I'm listening to a podcast or the video, and I'm really, really in that moment. Okay. Second practice. This one might be a little bit more challenging, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Letting go of guilt and shame. I grew up with in Slavic country, a tough upbringing in a way, you can say, right? So I had that feeling of it's my fault. Even if something happened that I didn't really know, and let's face it, we're all human beings. We do something sometimes unintentionally, but we have that guilt that eating us alive for so long, taking out of our energy. And my mom used to punish me when I did something wrong. Again, I was a child, but for me, I carried it on, and it did not matter that I'm, in my 30s. So going through that practice of, hey, you are human. You did not know. You didn't do it from the bad intention. It's okay. It's just an accident. You're fine. What matters is what you do after it, what you do with it. Dwelling on the past doesn't help you move forward or heal. So if you make a mistake, if it's in your job, your business, relationship, friends, what the best way is to acknowledge it happened, take the ownership, right? But also realizing you did not know and you didn't think that's going to happen. It's fine. It's okay. And from that place, you make correction, you make action, you apologize, or you fix it, right? You change it, but don't carry that guilt and shame with you because it will pile up. The next practice is truly about just the acknowledgement. It also goes into the self-love. I'm enough. I'm whole. Is I write like an appreciation letter to myself. Thank you for going through this hard time, keeping it together, following your heart, being with your values at that moment, not betraying them, being true to yourself, to your morals, to what you believe. That's the practice I do, not every day, but say there was a period of my life where, it was maybe a sprint, in my business, or like I'm hosting a program, formational program, I always acknowledge this and write it. And I say thank you and I'm grateful for me not sitting on the couch, but for me stepping into the energy, into the power I really have. And the next practice is night journaling. I like to journal at night. And I always start with, this day was amazing. It's not that I am neglecting parts that maybe didn't work. It's just what I choose to acknowledge first is what I love about the day. The magical effect of this practice is that over time, if you ask me right now, did you have bad days? I would say no. And I truly believe in it. And I know, because every night I write, this was magical day. I can write after that I'm tired, that this what I was feeling, and going into the more of a integration part and acknowledging it and seeing how I feel, what I feel, not denying anything. No. I do feel sad sometimes. I do feel sometimes not in my best energy space, but it doesn't mean that the day is bad. It doesn't mean that, it just means that I need to reflect and see maybe certain actions before that led me to feel this way. But the day is awesome. And that's another insight that I also want you to walk away with, is that your choice is you can approach a very hard and difficult situation from the perspective of anxiousness and worriness and like feeling that just the world is crashing in front of you right now. Or you can approach it from the perspective of love, calmness, and just the fact that it's just the fact. In the grand scheme scenario for your entire life, you can leave it there and you can just change it and reshape it, or you can carry it on for so many years. And in the end, you anyway gonna drop it. So the journaling helps with rewiring your brain and seeing more of the positivity and joy and happiness and love around you than what went bad. It's a very simple tool to rewire your mind. So my love, every scar you carried, every rejection, every betrayal, every loss, every moment of not being recognized can become a true foundation. And actually it would build you. It's who you are today because of that, not in spite. And if you learn how to transform those wounds into your strengths, if you need to rewatch this video and make some notes, please do. You'll see how instantly your inner state will change. And from that inner state is when you start creating more exciting and a different environment and different reality for yourself. Thank you so very much. If this resonated with you, drop your comment below. Tell me if you want to know more about specific tools or practices, because I'm creating this for you. Tell me what resonated with you. If you had that lightness, if you had that insight within you, please let me know below. I so want to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and share this video with someone who really needs to hear this. And this will help me and show YouTube algorithm that this is something of value. This is insightful. This is not fluff. This is helpful, and more people can see it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you sharing this space. And I wish you nothing but that fast and enjoyable healing so you can step into that beautiful, beautiful space of a creator of your life. Thank you so much. I see you next video. Bye.